Spectacular Spider-Man is a show that has a huge legacy in terms of its reputation if you're a Spider-Man fan. I have been meaning to watch this show for years. And the reason what made me finally bite the bullet and actually watch this show was on Disney Plus. They're doing that new Spider-Man animated show, and I thought it was finally time I watched the most popular one and one of the least popular ones. And I'm not going to say anything about that other one. You'll find out what that one is. I'm going to leave that one to be a surprise. But Spectacular Spider-Man. This is an odd show. It has a lot of rights issues. That's why this show got canceled. Like, I have this... The reason I'll hold up this Blu-ray is because I had to order this Blu-ray from Amazon, and I believe this is the Canadian version. It's out of print either way. No matter where you get this from, it's out of print on Blu-ray. It's no longer in print. It's not on Disney Plus. It's not really streaming anywhere that I could find. So I'm not really sure how you could find this other than hunting down this Blu-ray. And this Blu-ray was pricey. It was $40, which is a little bit pricey for a show that's only 4 discs and 26 episodes long. Like, I watched this in less than a month's time, this whole series. And I watched an episode every day until today, where I finished the show and I recorded this review. So, man, you guys were right. This show's really good. I wish I'd watched it sooner. I will not talk any spoilers in this review just because I hadn't seen this show. I know there's a ton of people out there who haven't seen this show either. Highly recommend this show, so I won't do any spoilers. But I will say what's really great about this show is from the moment this show starts, there is a clear understanding of Spider-Man lore and characters to an amazing degree. In the first episode, you get introduced to what would become Doc Ock, the Lizard, Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn, Flash Thompson, Gwen Stacy, and all these characters in one episode without any of that feeling bloated at all. How they did that, I don't know how the shit they did that, but they did that. It's an incredible feat and talent that they were able to do that. And so from the first episode of the show, you're immediately hooked. And what's also really great is they don't do the Spider-Man origin again. I think Homecoming probably took some notes from this show. They basically assume you already know, which honestly at this point you do. And it's like Spider-Man Year 2, basically. And so it's a lot of him fighting all these villains for the first time. And it's some really clever writing character stuff. This show is also just so much fun. All the voice acting is really good in this show. And what's really great is they add so much to their characters. Like, there's just so much fun energy with the show. When you're watching the show, I think you just love hanging out with Peter and his friends and things like that. And then, superhero stuff is cool, but, it's nothing like Peter and his friends. But also, I will say, the action is incredibly well choreographed and well animated and very fluid in way, like, the scenes feel epic in ways that is all down to the direction of those sequences. This is a very well-directed show, which is not something I say very often, but for an animated show, it's really true. The theme song in the show is awesome. Yeah, I mean, just everything about this show is really good. Other than the fact that it ends on a cliffhanger. Like, we wanted more of this show, and unfortunately it will never happen. They can't even get this show to stay on Disney Plus. You really think Disney and Sony are going to work out a deal to bring the show back? In fact, that's the whole reason the show got canceled, was the Disney new deal with Sony and all that stuff. Where they had signed a deal. I forget all the logistics, but basically Disney retained all the TV rights and all the toy rights. So, kind of a shame, but it is what it is. This character got to live on across the Spider-Verse, and the creators of the show are out there doing cool things. In fact, I believe one of them, he is writing, I can't remember if it's one of the creators or someone who wrote on this show, does that new Spectacular Spider-Man comic run, which I love. I've been reading that, so very cool stuff that if you're a Spider-Man's fan, there's no reason for you not to check out this show unless you just hate animation, which in that case, just go die in a ditch somewhere because animation's awesome, right? But what a great show. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.